Hey guys, the Jungle Explorer here, coming back at you with another night vision monocular review. This one is the NVO535 night vision monocular from Pinty, and this was sent to me by Pinty to do this review, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and break this out of the box and see what they sent me. Alright, comes in a nice case. Got some stuff down in that pocket. Let's see what else we got here. Got a data cable, nothing else. Alright, let's pull this out right here. Smaller than I expected from the size of the box, but nice. Not heavy, pretty lightweight actually. It's got a little Picatinny rail over here. That's cool. That's to mount something on it. Let's see here, it's got its own little infrared beam there for illuminating things. Okay, so I think this is rechargeable. I think it's red on the box. This is rechargeable. The last one I did used AA batteries. This one's rechargeable. It has a micro SD card already in it here. Get my big huge sausage of fingers in there to get it out. Oh my goodness. There we go. It's a 8 gigabyte. Now I just got to get it back in there. Okay. That's your little door cover there. So here are your controls on top. Your power button turns it on. And I think I may need to charge it. No, it's got some charge on it. It's turning on there. So I'm looking inside my studio here with it. And trying to... It's got a little focus wheel right here. Yeah, so it focuses in pretty good. It's got a digital zoom to zoom in, and this is to turn your infrared light on. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and get this baby out in the field. I will test it out, put it through daytime tests, nighttime tests, videos, pictures, all that kind of good stuff like I normally do for you guys, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the results and let you decide whether this is something you might be interested in. Alright, so hold on, because I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back now. I've taken this baby out and I've done a lot of testing on it, so bear with me because I'm going to cover a lot of aspects of it, but hopefully it's information that you want to know and will help you make a decision on whether or not this is for you. So let's talk about the physical aspects of it and the functionality. I actually enjoyed using this. I really like the button system on here. I've had a previous one from Bob Love, a night vision monocular similar to this, and I really enjoyed this button system a lot better than that one. That one had a totally different button system, and it was very confusing to use. You know, it feels good. It was easy to use, so there's no big surprise there. Everything on it seemed to function just fine. Now let's talk about. You know, it does have the capacity to take pictures and images, which allows me to kind of show you what it can do. So that's actually a benefit. All right, so I did some daytime testing with it. So let me go ahead, and it takes pictures and videos. So I'm going to throw a few samples up here of pictures and videos that I took with it. So here's some pictures. And now here's some videos. Okay, now, so those are the daytime. All right, now here's some. It is in night vision monocular primarily. So let's go ahead and do some nighttime stuff. So here's a nighttime picture and nighttime video. and you're just sitting there scratching your head, right? You're like, what? That I couldn't see anything in that. Yeah, that unfortunately was one of the downsides of this thing. Let me go ahead and explain that to you, why the nighttime video and pictures turned out so bad. And it all boils down to the quality of the infrared, the built-in infrared emitter on here. Unfortunately, it just doesn't put out a whole lot. And, this isn't a true night vision in the sense that it doesn't need external light. It does need an infrared emitter in order to see at night. And this really puts out a very dim light. It barely is usable past 20 yards, okay? Which doesn't make sense because this comes with a 5 times optical. It's zoomed in like a 5 power scope. All right, so it's way zoomed out there, and yet you can't really see far out there at night with the built-in emitter. Now, the good thing is they provided you this little Picatinny rail. And because you have that, you can buy an external infrared light like this one, which is like $10 on Amazon.com, and this little adapter here, and you can attach a much more powerful, let me back this up here. You can attach a much more powerful infrared light to it, okay, like that, and now it's going to do a world of difference. So let me show you what the pictures and video look like after with this $10 flashlight. Okay, a complete world of difference. All right, so yeah, man, with this attached, it was pretty useful. I would say I could see things easy up to 150 yards with it at night, no problem. And this is not like a super high dollar infrared. This is a cheap little Ultrafire $10 job that I got off of Amazon. I will throw a link to this flashlight and this little adapter in the description of the video if you're interested in them. But you're talking, under $15 to convert this from something that's not really usable as a nighttime to a very good nighttime night vision device. Okay. But, honestly speaking, without this addition right here, I would not recommend this for nighttime at all. Unless, it could be possibly that the infrared emitter in here is defective, but as it was sent to me, I can only judge what I have in my hands. No, I would not buy this for night vision unless I had something like this or was willing to buy something like this. Now, I was able to attach, I have a different infrared light, which is a zoomable one. And this one's not zoomable. This is flood, okay? It's a flood flashlight. You can't see it because it's infrared, all right? But it does. It's a wide flood light. And so it limited the view to about 120, I could see my deer feeder at 150 yards, but it wasn't really well lit. Now, when I attached, or I didn't actually attach because I don't have an attachment that will bolt to this for that other flashlight. But when I did use it in conjunction with this, I could see 300-400 yards with it because that's a very powerful infrared light, and I can zoom it to a spot out there, and I could see easily way, 300 yards away, no problem. So how well this thing is going to work depends on the type and quality and brightness of the infrared light that you're going to attach to it. And so it can be a lot better than it is as it comes in the box. All right, let me talk about a couple of things. I've already mentioned that it has a 5-time optical zoom factor, okay? Let me kind of give you an idea of what that is. Now, if anybody that's watching this video has used rifle scopes before, you probably have at some point in time used a 4-power rifle scope, okay? And, you can't pull that back. And that's one of the things with this is you can't get a wide angle. It doesn't come back to 1 optical zoom. It is permanently affixed to 5 optical. So like a 5-power scope. All right. And so it's kind of got a narrow field of view. Now that's optical. It does have a digital zoom, however, which allows you to zoom out even more closer. All right. Now digital zooms it's not an optical zoom. A digital zoom is simply a cropping factor which takes a smaller bite of the same image, the five optical image, and basically is expanding it. So if there's any defects there, it makes the defects bigger. So if you start off with a real high quality picture and you do digital cropping, you can go a little distance without noticing any kind of degrading of the picture. But if you're starting with a lower quality picture, you're going to notice right off the bat that the image quality is going to go down. If you don't understand how digital cropping works, I have a video that explains that. I will throw a link up in the top right-hand corner of the video. It will pop up right now, and you can go to that and watch that. Just skip all the other stuff and go to the part about digital cropping. And I have some examples, and it explains to you how that works. Okay, now let's move on. So let me go ahead and give you a video example of what the digital cropping on this looks like, or the digital zoom. So it's a lot better far out. Now you're probably looking at when I zoomed how much I shook, and that's another physical factor that you can't overcome with this. It's a very small, light, very short device. My camera here, I had it set on a tripod next to this right here. I had this on one tripod and the camera that I'm using to shoot this video with on a different tripod, and I had attached a 400mm zoom lens or telephoto lens to it, and I was taking a picture of the same deer feeder. So let me go ahead and throw that picture up there. Okay, so this is with the DSLR that I'm shooting this video with. Okay, with a $1,000 telephoto 400mm telephoto lens. Okay, now let me throw this picture up next to it. Now you can see that at the 5-power optical, it's about the same field of view as the 400mm telephoto lens, but obviously the quality is much better on the DSLR camera. You know, there's $2,000 plus worth of camera and lens there versus this device right here, so it's going to be a lot better. But that gives you the idea of the field of view, and you're not going to get any wider than that because it can't come back to one optical. It's a fixed at 5 optical. Okay, now having said that, this was on a tripod when I was zooming at, and even so, it was very unstable because it takes, when you're really focused way out there on a very small subject, any little movement at this end is going to result in a huge movement over there. Because imagine like a flashlight with a laser pointer. You're trying to point at something 500 yards away, and a little tiny movement here is going to be, you know, tens of feet at the end of that distance. So when you have a very lightweight, very short thing, it's very hard to stabilize, and there's no built-in stabilization to help you out here. But you know, it is what it is, and for looking through it, if you have it against your eyeball, we pressed up here, and you're holding it in your hand, you know, you can use it. I had no problem looking at things with it. It was fine. But when you take video and stuff, it kind of just looks real jumpy. But that's why that is. Well, guys, so, you know, this was one of those things that I was kind of disappointed with when I got out at night and I tried to use it, and it didn't really do much for me. That was disappointing. All right. Now, it can, you know, it can be fixed with an external light, and when you put that external light on, like this one right here, it totally changes the game, and it really is good. And with this light on it, I think I'm going to use it. I enjoyed the form factor of it and how it worked, and the buttons, and even the little LCD screen inside is pretty good compared to some other ones that I've tested. Everything on it was pretty good except for that emitter. But like I said, it's about a $10 fix with this flashlight, maybe $15 depending on varying prices, stuff like that. But, you know, I'm going to have that affixed to it when I use it, and I will use it. But for you, you have to make that decision for yourself, whether or not you want to go through the hassle of attaching an external light to it, or if you want something with built-in capacity. As it is, it's pretty decent in the daytime, but at night it does lack. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, this is the Jungle Explorer, signing out.